What if I told you that one man's decision, just a single press conference, tweet, or signature, was enough to burn an entire NBA franchise to the ground? Yep, in today's video, we're counting down the NBA teams that were absolutely shattered, humiliated, and turned into rebuilding memes, just because one superstar said, yeah, I'm out.
So grab your popcorn, console your favorite fan base, and let's dive into the devastating butterfly effect of NBA history.
Back in 2010, Cleveland had a king. Not just any king, LeBron James, the hometown hero. Born in Akron, raised by Ohio, loved by every Cavs fan like he was their firstborn child. Then came The Decision, ESPN special, a room full of kids, a nation holding its breath. LeBron, I'm taking my talents to South Beach. And just like that, boom, Cleveland entered a Great Depression-level spiral. Fans were crying, screaming, burning his jersey like it was cursed fabric. Owner Dan Gilbert wrote an entire letter in Comic Sans font, Comic Sans, blasting LeBron like a salty ex on Facebook. He actually promised Cleveland would win a title before LeBron, which is adorable in hindsight. The Cavs went from 61 wins to a hilarious 19 the next year. It wasn't just a drop, it was a complete implosion. They didn't even know who to pass the ball to. They were out there like, you shoot, no, you shoot. Spoiler, nobody shot.
Oh boy, this one still hurts. The 2016 Western Conference Finals. The Thunder were up 3-1 on the Golden State Warriors. KD and Westbrook were this close to beating the 73-win super team. And then, not only do they blow the lead, Durant joins the team that just embarrassed him. Basketball fans everywhere. Wait, you did what now? Westbrook probably punched a locker. Stephen A. Smith had a meltdown on live TV. Thunder fans felt like they got dumped via text. They went from title contenders to who's our second best player again? KD's move launched the Warriors Dynasty 2.0, and OKC, well, they just started collecting draft picks like a hoarder on a mission. By 2023, they had more picks than fans in the stands. If you ask Presti, do you want a player or a pick? He'd say, pick, always pick.
Imagine this, you invite someone to your home. They fix your roof, mow your lawn, help you win your first ever championship, and then they vanish, like Batman. That was Kawhi Leonard in Toronto. In 2019, he carried the Raptors to the NBA Finals, hit that buzzer beater against Philly, and destroyed the Warriors dynasty. Toronto threw a parade like it was a national holiday. They named babies after him. Then, he left. Immediately. Didn't even stop for Tim Hortons. Heads to LA like a silent assassin, dragging Paul George with him. Toronto still hasn't recovered. Pascal Siakam tried to become Kawhi 2.0. Instead, he became Spin Move Simulator 2021. Now Raptors fans just look at 2019 like, was that real or did we imagine it? 4. Shaq leaves Orlando, 1996. Let's go way back to the 90s. Orlando Magic had it made. Penny Hardaway, Shaquille O'Neal, a Disney-level future. Then comes free agency, and the Magic front office did the dumbest thing possible. Lowballed Shaq. They were like, is he really worth the money? Shaq was like, bet. Signs with the Lakers. Instantly becomes a 3M champ and finals MVP. In Orlando, they become a trivia question. In the next few years, their record dropped faster than Shaq's free throw percentage. From finals in 95 to lottery in 98, all they had left was Penny, and his knees were holding on by dental floss. Orlando lost the biggest man in basketball and never recovered the same way. Let this be a lesson. Never play cheap with a 7-foot MVP who raps. 5. Dwight Howard fiasco, 2012. And Orlando strikes out again because apparently learning from mistakes is optional. Enter Dwight Howard, aka Superman. He had the Magic in the finals in 2009, blocking everything, smiling like a superhero. But then came the drama. Dwight started acting like a reality show contestant. I want to leave. No, I'm staying. Trade me. Fire the coach. I was joking. And in the middle of all that, he tanks the locker room. Stan Van Gundy found out he was getting fired from a press conference. Dwight stood next to him like it was family photo day. Eventually, Dwight gets traded to the Lakers. Orlando gets a roast platter of nobodies and draft busts. They haven't been relevant since. The Magic's new motto, we develop young talent and then lose 52 games. James Harden breaks Houston, 2021. Now this one was personal. James Harden was the face of Houston. Step backs, 50-point games, strip club loyalty. The man was living. But then He didn't want to be there anymore. How do we know? Because he showed up to training camp looking like he just finished a Thanksgiving buffet. He forced his way out to Brooklyn, and the Rockets were left with Victor Oladipo on a rental plan and a team full of guys named who? They lost 20 games in a row. 20. Even NASA couldn't measure how bad the Rockets cratered. Meanwhile, Harden was busy ring chasing, bouncing from Brooklyn to Philly to who knows where next. But the damage in Houston was done. The championship window was boarded shut. Some decisions weren't quite nuclear, but they still left deep scars. Paul George bailing on Indiana, Pacers still haven't recovered from that shoulder shimmy. Anthony Davis ditching New Orleans, sure they got Zion, but his knees are made of graham crackers. Kyrie leaving Boston, Celtics fans got over it, but that era was chaos in a can. Sometimes it's not the exit, it's how they leave. The Instagram cryptic quotes, the awkward locker room interviews, the I love this city tweets, right before the trade demand. So what have we learned, folks? NBA franchises are fragile, and superstars, they hold more power than CEOs, politicians, and your mom's Wi-Fi password. One decision, one move, and the whole franchise burns like a Miami Heat jersey in Cleveland. Tell us in the comments, which decision hurt the most? Which team got done the dirtiest? Hit that like button if you laughed. Subscribe if you're still emotionally scarred by your team's superstar leaving. And remember, never get too attached. This is the NBA. Loyalty's optional.